Tony Ferguson versus Edson Barboza is one of those fights that has MMA fans licking their chops.
Tony Ferguson by knockout sensation.
I don't know how that's going to play out, but I know it's going to be fireworks.
He's getting knocked out. Oh my God!
I have 4 KOs by kicking UFC. When I kick, everybody will scare. I'm a finisher. If the guy gives me one chance to finish the fight, I will finish the fight. That's all I need, one chance.
In order to be the best, you have to beat the best. And right now, Edson Barboza is in my way. So I'm going to put him on somewhere where he has never been before, and he's just going to have his eyes rolling all over the place.
It's a high-stakes fight for both fighters. Both fighters are in the top 10 of the UFC's lightweight division, and a victory for either one will be absolutely huge at this stage of their career.
I hope Tony gives me a war. That's I like it. 15 minutes of war.
Edson Barboza back in the knockout column.
I'm not scared of any man inside that octagon. Just once you're in there, it's just you and him and that referee. And it all depends on who worked harder. This fighter, I guarantee you, I'm working harder.
This fight's coming the right time. I'm feeling very close to that shot. I want to give my best. I want to win this fight.
I'm ready for absolutely anything that we're going to make him afraid of El Cucuy. And he's going to go back and he's going to tell everybody that he met the boogeyman.
Up next, Tony El Cucuy Ferguson takes on Edson Jr. Barboza. Well, for a while they called him criminally underrated, not so much anymore. Number 7 in the world, Tony Ferguson, he's 20-3. And I don't know that there's any greater statement about the depth in this lightweight division that this guy is only number 7 in the world.
It's crazy. When you look at his last 3 fights, finished Abel Trujillo, a guy with massive power and athleticism. What a fun fight that was. Finished Gleason Tebow, one of the hardest guys to finish in that division. Then came out and dominated, a long-time great. And at one point, I thought the best lightweight in the world after he beat Eves Edwards, or right before he lost Eves Edwards, excuse me, in dominating Josh Thompson his last fight. This kid can do it all. He is a new generation mixed martial artist who is innovative on his feet, with his wrestling, and on the ground.
Back-to-back performance of the night bonuses for El Cucuy. He also knocked out Katsunori Kikuno as part of this 6-fight winning streak. Unorthodox striker, wrestling background, made his UFC debut at the Ultimate Fighter Season 13 finale. KO'd Ramsey Nijam. That was actually his 4th knockout on that season. So 4 knockouts in as many tries on the Ultimate Fighter. Only UFC lost to Michael Johnson 3.5 years ago. So you got to think at some point Ferguson might be 1 win, maybe 2 wins away from a UFC title shot.
He is right there. And in that fight against Michael Johnson, he broke his forearm early in the fight. And Michael Johnson, also a fantastic lightweight. But this kid is on the rise.
Having won 3 of his last 4, number 6 in the world, Edson Jr. Barboza. Still about a month shy of his 30th birthday tonight, his 14th UFC appearance.
Every time this kid lands a kick, I cringe and almost fall out of my chair. Folks who don't get to listen and see these things cage side do not understand how hard they are. They are absolutely devastating. Speaking to his coaches, they talk a lot about his boxing in this training camp. Said he's sharper than ever before. He spent 7 weeks and really peaked training with Frankie Edgar, Mark Henry, Ricardo Almeida. Had lots of great athletes to train with for this camp too. Michael Chandler came in to help him. Jimmy Rivera, surging bantamweight, a stud. And Eddie Alvarez now training full-time with these guys, Frankie Edgar and Mark Henry. They feel like Edson Barboza is extremely well prepared for tonight.
Barboza started his UFC career 4-0, punctuated by the knockout you just saw against Terry Adam. That was at UFC 142. Remains one of the best knockouts in UFC history. Actually might be the single best knockout I have ever seen in pro mixed martial arts competition. To say he has a flair for the dramatic is an understatement. It will be interesting tonight, though, as a slight underdog against Tony Ferguson, to see how he handles everything that Ferguson brings to the table.
He's gonna have to deal with pressure, and can he defend off the wrestling if Tony Ferguson chooses to try and wrestle him?
Our tale of the tape for this killer feature bout, sponsored by Bud Light, the perfect beer for whatever happens. Edson Barboza will be 30 next month. Tony Ferguson is 31. Both men 5'11" tall. Barboza weighed in at 155.5 pounds. Ferguson 156. El Cucuy has a reach advantage of 1.5 inches. We go inside the octagon now to Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is 3 rounds in the UFC lightweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, a freestyle fighter holding a professional record, 20 wins, 3 losses. He stands 5 feet 11 inches tall, weighing in at 156 pounds. Fighting out of Orange County, California, presenting the Ultimate Fighter Season 13 winner and the number 7 ranked lightweight contender in the world, Tony El Cucuy Ferguson. And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, a striker holding a professional record, 16 wins, 3 losses. He stands 5 feet 11 inches tall, weighing in at 155.5 pounds. Fighting out of Novo Friburgo, Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, presenting the number 6 ranked lightweight contender in the world, Edison Jr. Barboza. And when the action begins, our referee in charge, John McCarthy.
Big John McCarthy, our referee. The beautiful Vanessa Hansen with us for this Ultimate Fighter finale. Edson Barboza and fellow top 10 lightweight Tony Ferguson finally collide tonight. Ferguson in the white trunks immediately taking the center of the octagon. Barboza is in the black.
And Ferguson wants relentless pressure to get inside of that kick range, so he's going to get back to his roots as a wrestler in this fight and take away the kick arse of Edson Barboza. Mark Henry talked about the boxing of Edson Barboza, how sharp it is. You're seeing that right now as he may have stunned Tony Ferguson, who beautiful rolls. Go for a knee bar attempt. I didn't think we'd see that until Ryan Hall fights next.
We have not hit the fast forward button. This is live real speed between 2 of the best lightweights in the world. Nice hammer fist there by El Cucuy. Barboza,
he is hammering here from this position. These are hard, hard strikes.
What a frame for this division for Tony Ferguson.
Nice elbow to the side of the head. I'm talking about an awkward position to be an effective striker out of, but Tony Ferguson using it and using it well. Man, I can't get over when you evaluate the tape, the innovation of this young man, Tony Ferguson. I mean, just fantastic. Some of the things he tries and accomplishes inside the octagon. You can see Edson Barboza's power and his crisp hands got the attention of Tony Ferguson. That's illegal. And Barboza's rocked. He's rocked bad. Oh, no.
You're not hurt. Come on. Look at me. Stand up. Stay right there. Look at me. It hit you. Relax. Stay right there.
Illegal shot, and you can get a look at the eyes of Edson Barboza. Watch, he gets up here. He stumbles a little bit.
Okay, stay right there.
I hope this doesn't end this fight.
Stay right there, right there.
Now for a referee,
Ow, come here.
he needs to weigh the intent and the effect of the strike before deciding whether or not to take a point away.
Just take a look.
We're going to bring in our Senior VP of Regulatory Affairs. Mark, what do you think? I know John McCarthy's got to weigh intent and effect. What do you do here?
Absolutely. That was an illegal kick to a downed opponent.
Come here.
And he can't take a point away. It would be, and he is. To judgment, he's taking a point away.
Got to do it. Because when he looks Barboza in the eyes, he sees that there was a definite effect to the illegal strike. Thank you very much, Mark Ratner.
Absolutely great call by John McCarthy, and just grateful that Edson Barboza can continue here for what is just an incredible matchup. Beautiful body shot by Barboza, but he eats a right hand from Ferguson. Every time I cringe when this guy lands a kick. And you can see this is the pressure Ferguson talked about. He wanted to be in his face Nice left hook from Barboza. I mean, both of these guys are stunning each other.
Barboza rips the body once more. 2 furious minutes off the round 1 clock.
And the work with Mark Henry paying off. He's attacking the body very well so far. And again, Ferguson rolling for a leg, denied by Edson Barboza.
Barboza continuing to target the body of Tony Ferguson.
Very nice body shot, pivot out by Barboza. There you can see, Ferguson throws a lot of tricks. He touches the floor, tries to come back to an uppercut. Ferguson very good off his back, not just with submissions, but finding strikes. You've got to look at that early when he was landing those hammer fists. Yeah, I showed you that in that breakdown. Tony Ferguson constant with the stance switches. Very effective at doing that, making you guess and delaying. If you want to attack his legs or set up a takedown.
Under 2 minutes to go in round 1. Ferguson non-stop with the pressure, but a beautiful left hand lands for Barboza.
Barboza can generate so much power. He eats a big right hand there. Lands one of his own.
Vintage Edson Barboza here. Ferguson, though, follows up with a kick up top.
And this fight is living up to everything we hoped it would be. And so far, Barboza's dealing pretty well with the pressure of Tony Ferguson. He lands another nice left hand.
That left hand has been there all night for Edson Barboza. Very even in terms of the total strikes landed as we go under a minute to go in round 1.
Yeah, this is what Mark Henry expected. He thought that Ferguson would fight Barboza like Michael Johnson did, with a lot of pressure, get inside. Improvements made by Barboza to deal with that pressure so far as he struck and pivoted out. Oh, nice spinning back kick to the body.
There are just so few guys in the history of the sport that can do that with that type of speed and power.
I don't know of any in this sport. Actually, now that you mention it, I'm trying to think back in my mind if there's anybody who throws those kicks that fast without telegraph and with that kind of power. I mean, Edson Barboza really brought the spinning heel kick into MMA. A lot of guys were afraid to throw it before he landed on Terrietta.
This crowd enjoying the striking display from both men, particularly Edson Barboza, who lands again towards the tail end of round 1.
Deep breath. Give me 5. What do you guys go. Hey. Give me 3 deep breaths. Water. Give me water. Okay. Breathe. Okay, we're not closing the distance enough right now. Okay. All right? I need you to shut it down. He's running into your right hand every time and you're not throwing it.
Presta atenção, quero que você alterna mais os chutes, entendeu? Porra, o Thiago entrou, o chute meio entrou, então vamos
The kicks are coming in, you got to alternate them. When you're kicking, pay attention, he's coming back with the elbow. Combinations.
Jab again. You're hitting with a jab again every time you're done.
Next Saturday, the UFC's 9 Days of Fury ends big with the lightweight title fight. Rafael dos Anjos, Donald Cowboy Cerrone, plus a pair of heavyweight legends square off Junior Dos Santos facing Alistair Overeem, UFC Fight Night 3. It all begins next Saturday, 8 p.m. Eastern, only on your local Fox affiliate.
Tony Ferguson want more pressure, get inside more. Ducks down, blocked it, but I don't care what these kicks hit, it does some damage. Nice body kick of his own though from Ferguson.
Ferguson continues to come forward in the face of that power and pressure.
Nice elbow. Oh, but each one of his own as he comes in. Look at the cut. Look at the cut Ferguson opened up with that upward left elbow he used to enter. Beautifully timed. Here, Mark Henry wants Barboza every combination to finish with a jab. Keep this guy off.
Ferguson having a hard time seeing out of that left eye.
Oh, nice left hook, followed up by a jab. Beautiful combination from Tony Ferguson.
These guys chasing some bonus money tonight.
God, I love this job.
Well, this fight,
outstanding by both guys. I have no... Beautiful, again, the attacks from the bottom. Ferguson uses his grappling to get himself in positions to hurt you with strikes, open up chances for submissions.
and we needed an Iceman cam octagon side to see Chuck Liddell's reactions to every strike being landed. Under 3.5 minutes to go in round two. Both guys wearing it now.
Chuck's getting fired up. When he gets fired up, he tends to hit people. I'm glad you're sitting closer to him than I am, John.
Well, tomorrow, UFC legend Uriah Faber takes one more shot at a title run. He squares off against Frankie Saenz in the UFC 194 prelims, 7 Eastern on FS1 and streaming live on Fox Sports Go.
Nice angle before he shot the right hand in there by Ferguson.
Oh, massive right hand lands flush for Barboza, and then he follows it up with a left.
Oh, beautiful timing by Ferguson. Saw it coming, which is not easy to do. You see Barboza starting to breathe a little heavier. Oh, beautiful spinning back elbow. Great diversity by Tony Ferguson. Just never know what he's throwing next, what stance he's going to be in.
Shot from Barboza. Good job by Ferguson to defend.
Excellent scrambling. Now he's going for the darts. He's got a wicked, wicked darts choke with those long arms. Barboza very solid on the ground as well, but he was breathing heavy. Good defense so far. Ferguson.
Oh, he's got it! He's got it! Ferguson has done it again. The winning streak is at 7. What a fight by two of the best lightweights on the planet. We all got to witness it tonight. As anticipated as our main event, it lived up to the hype and then some. The high performance highlight is sponsored by NOS. Drink NOS with Complex 6 for enhanced mental focus and high performance energy.
Well, you can basically show the entire fight as the highlight, but here's the takedown attempt from Barboza. Beautiful scram by Tony Ferguson. Looks for the front headlock. Barboza shakes him up, immediately switches to the darts, a choke he is known for, and as Barboza defends, pushes away the hips, separates away and gets some space, Ferguson still able to generate enough torque to finish this. Gorgeous technique from Tony Ferguson. God, this guy is dangerous. Look at this, look at how tight that is. Forces Barboza to tap. What an outstanding fight.
We will wrap it up with the official decision and talk to Tony Ferguson after this, as the Ultimate Fighter finale continues live. Back live in Las Vegas, Nevada. Nobody's sitting down inside the Chelsea at the Cosmopolitan as we continue live with the Ultimate Fighter finale on FS1. We now go inside the octagon to Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee John McCarthy has called a stop to this contest at 2 minutes, 54 seconds of round number 2. Declaring the winner by submission due to a darts choke, Tony El Cucuy Ferguson.
Thank you guys. I love you, Grandma, back at home, TFX Sports. I love you guys. My wife, Christina, my onboard baby. I love you so much.
Well, for most of us in attendance, one of the best fights we have ever seen. El Cucuy, Tony Ferguson, Edson Barboza did indeed meet the boogeyman tonight. Congratulations, you run your winning streak to 7.
I just want to say to my wife, thank you very much for the support, my unborn child. Setting my legacy up for you, baby boy. I love you.
How did your approach change after the illegal upkick in round 1 when a point was taken away, if at all?
Just making sure I was watching what I was doing. I'm not one to do cheap shots. It was kind of BS on my part, so I apologize on that. But I hope you guys enjoyed the fight. Edson Barboza, thank you for taking the fight on short notice. Hell of a fighter, man.
That darts choke, one of your go-to submissions. We're going to take a look at the replay again. Did you know you had him deep and had it in there yet?
Of course I had him deep, and I knew I had it. It's my darts choke. It's what I do. It's my darts.
All right, 7 consecutive wins. You've certainly set yourself up to call your shot. Who might be next for Tony Ferguson?
Next, I want next in line. Now, 7, he was 6, give me number 5. Otherwise, you give me my title shot and I'll take it. This is my mat. I'm out.
Ladies and gentlemen, El Cucuy, Tony Ferguson.
Oozing with confidence, and rightfully so, talked about his unborn son and how it's motivated him to another level. Outstanding performance, just so calm and cool.
Yeah, baby!
Point deduction, 8 big shots, kept walking forward and executed, and just throws so many different techniques at you. That is a dangerous, dangerous man. Every time we see him, he gets better and better, adds new things that not only we haven't seen from him, but something we haven't seen from other people in the octagon.